The show can't start until we crack open a bottle of Revelton. Whether it's their crisp, clean vodka, the bold spice of their rye whiskey, the rich smoothness of bourbon, or the original honey whiskey that started it all, every pour is a taste of craft and passion straight from the heart of Iowa. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and get ready to relax, laugh, and enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Locks and Longshots. And yeah, happy to be back with you after a week hiatus. Sometimes you just need a week off, you know. It's good to take a little break from everything. So doing that and trying to get back into the swing of things here. And I will keep it short and keep it brief tonight, trying to hit you with some of my best bets across all those major sports that we've got going right now. College football this week, I'll be honest, I don't love a ton that's out there on the board. So I wanted to do something different and target a specific conference in football, college football this week, and that's the American. That's a conference that's known for points. And I like points. We all like points. It's fun to watch a high-scoring football game. I think there's several that could be present in the American this week. South Florida taking on UAB. The over-under is 69.5. That seems high. But for those of you who don't know, UAB is one of the worst defenses in the country. South Florida, conversely, one of the best offenses in the country and a middle-of-the-pack defense. UAB also likes to push the tempo on offense as well. I think that's a recipe for an over in a big, big way. So over 69.5 in the South Florida game. Tulane, they are trying to battle it out for a spot in the college football playoff. They need to win the American Conference Championship, and I think they need to do so in a convincing fashion. So they're going to try to really boat race Temple if they can. They're 7.5-point favorites. I look for them to cover every bit of that, but I also love the over 56.5. So over 69.5 in the South Florida game, over 56.5 in the Tulane game. And then North Texas, 9-1. They have an outside shot at the college football playoff as well. They are known for putting up points. They're 18.5-point favorites. Now, Rice will probably try to slow this game down a little bit, and that is kind of their calling card this year. But I think Messmaker is going to have his way with this Owls defense over 55.5. So I am going to just lock in on the American Conference this week and take 3 overs in the South Florida, Tulane, and North Texas games just by virtue of the fact that all those teams are really going to try to force the issue and score a lot of points. Beyond that, I'm not really looking much of anywhere else in college football. It's kind of a lackluster week with the SEC taking the week off. I know we have USC Oregon out there. I will take a side. I will take the Oregon side in that game. I'm not extremely confident in it to hand it out to you guys as an official pick, but I guess I would say lean towards the Oregon side of things on the spread there, as they're favored by 9.5 over USC this weekend. Having seen both of those teams play Iowa, I am overall more impressed with the Oregon Ducks, and that's why I would lean towards them. I think Dante Moore is a great quarterback, and I really like the Oregon run game. Big, strong, physical. I think they'll have their way with USC this weekend in Eugene. So that takes us to the NFL. Again, a little bit of a downer of a week in the NFL, but I want to keep riding the hot hand. And right now, that hot hand is Drake May. He's been absolutely sensational for all of this season. Basically, since week one, he kind of had a rough outing, but ever since then, he's really turned it on. He's shredding through everybody. And who does he get to play? Oh, only the worst defense in the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are in a tough spot. Patriots looking to go to 10-2. This is a noon game. Give me all Patriots everything. Patriots to cover the spread. Over 49.5. Drake May to throw over on his touchdowns. Drake May to throw over on his passing yards. And also, there's been another breakout star for the Patriots as well. Give me Travion Henderson anytime touchdown. Travion Henderson rushing and receiving yards over. I know Ramondre Stevenson is back, but Mike Vrabel would be a fool to play him over Travion Henderson. So I'm going to pick one team and hone in on them this week in the NFL. I love doing that. So if you want to take a look at one team in the NFL this week that's going to have a great Sunday, I think it's the New England Patriots yet again. We looked at one conference in college football. That's kind of where I'd like to leave things this week in football. So we'll come back and check on all of that, but I think we're just going to keep it simple. And we may just do this for the rest of the season. I really don't know. We may just pick one team a week or one conference a week in college football that we just really like and go for it. I think it's just a different strategy, a different mindset, and perhaps it'll work towards our advantage there. So with that being said, I'd like to dig a little bit into the world of college basketball. On the night that I'm recording this, I don't know if you'll be able to catch it, but I'm a big fan of Alabama men's basketball and the way that Nate Oates runs that team and how they play. They love to get up and down. They love to shoot threes. They're playing an Illinois team tonight that is game for that kind of a game. The total currently sits at 180.5. I think it's too low. The way that Alabama plays, that is entirely too low. Give me 180.5 over in Alabama, Illinois. And really, almost any time Alabama comes out to play, they're a threat to take a total in their game way over the line that it's set at. They want to get into the 90s, the 100s, and they're okay if the other team does the same as well. And Illinois is good enough offensively that they can do that kind of a thing. So Arizona UConn at halftime right now, so I won't give you a bet in that one as that's already gone live. But I'd say just keep in mind some teams as we come up on Thanksgiving week, which is a huge, huge week for college basketball. It always is. I think there's just a lot of teams that can really help themselves in the games that are coming up, specifically the Players Era Festival. A lot of teams that can maybe hurt themselves in that as well. So just keep kind of monitoring teams. It's hard to go too far out with college basketball, especially as lines don't maybe get released very far out with college basketball like they do in college football. But if you want to pick a couple of teams to target, I think Kansas is one that's got to right itself this week in Thanksgiving. They've had a little bit of a rough start. Alabama will be involved. I think Michigan has something to prove. Those are just three of the teams that I'm looking at this weekend going into that Players Era Festival that I think are really going to have something to prove. Maybe the Creighton Blue Jays too. They're 2-1. They're not ranked. I know that people are expecting a lot out of them. They play Baylor. They play Iowa State. They need to come up in a big way this weekend. So maybe the Creighton Blue Jays is kind of my fourth team on the outside there that's going to have a good week. With that being said, we can go to kind of the NBA now. Man, NBA betting is difficult just because the league has become a lot of blowouts and a lot of stars resting, especially early in the year. But the one thing that's remained consistent throughout all this has been Nikola Jokic. He is absolutely on fire right now. So anytime and every time you see the Nuggets playing basketball, you got to jump on Nikola Jokic's lines. I think they're too low. It's almost like he's inhuman at this point. With points, rebounds, and assists specifically comboed up, he is always a threat to go over that. He's playing right now. Maybe you can grab that line live. I'm sure it's good, even though he's in the first quarter. So I would really, for a strategy in the NBA, if you're looking to bet that, just target players that you like. And that way, if you're just betting straight on players, it doesn't really necessarily matter if they're in the game or out of the game. It really only matters when blowouts become a factor. So try to pick games that are close in spread, close in like the total is high. They're close in spread. Games that are going to be more meaningful, more impactful, specifically the NBA Cup. Some teams are really trying at that kind of tournament. They're really trying to make something happen and win the cash prize for their teammates. So I like Jokic. I like Doncic. I like Anthony Edwards. Those are kind of three guys that I've really followed. Maxey has been a guy that has kind of printed money for me as well. So just keep kind of tailing and riding those guys throughout the year as I think they're going to just keep returning value. Like I said, going to keep it short, going to keep it brief tonight. Just a casual, quick 15-minute episode. Threw a lot of picks in there for you. But I will be back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to take the week of Thanksgiving off so you can make your own plays that week, but I'll come back in 2 weeks and review how we did with these plays and then see what we've got going forward for December. And by then we'll probably be in the thick of it with college basketball, but also college football will be championship week. So we can make some excellent conference championship week and picks, and also maybe look ahead to the college football playoffs and get some futures at that time. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for listening and have a great night.